So the directions say to use opposite operation. So doing anything to cancel a value out so that your variable is isolated. Your goal is to get the variable alone. I always like to keep that goal in mind. Isolate the letter. So lots of you could probably look at it for a while and figure out what the number is, kind of come up with your own replacement set. But I want you to show work. I'm really more interested in the process of getting the variable alone than I am in you figuring the number out. The process is what's going to help you when the numbers become too difficult to just look at and figure out. So I like to put a line for the equal. I look at where the variable is. Here's W. W wants to be all alone. So we have to get rid of this plus 14. We cancel using the additive inverse. And if you do it to the left side, you have to do it to the right side. That's the property of equality. So those are now canceled. Negative 22. Okay, and number 2 just looks different. The variable is on the other side of the equal line. Same idea. Find where it's at. Take a look about what's preventing it from being alone. This is a positive 5. It doesn't have to do with this to the right of the number, but when I look in front of the number, it's a positive 5. So if I want to cancel it, I subtract it. 5 minus 5 cancels out. Negative 18 is x. Some of the problems in the workbook just put parentheses and negative signs in tricky places. So I tried to do that here. So this is a minus 10. If I want to, well, it's a negative 10, right? Plus a negative, which is just like subtraction. If I want to cancel out a negative 10, I add 10. And there was one in your workbook that looked like this. So minus a negative. I like to just go ahead and, I know that minus a negative cancels out and becomes addition, so I like to just make it into one huge plus sign. So this is really j plus 17 is 36. So to get j alone, I would cancel the 17 out through subtraction. 19. 19. Any questions on 1 through 4? Positive 19 there. Okay. Then we get into division and multiplication. So I'm looking, and this is a product. This is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So if I want to cancel a product out, I do a quotient. I'm going to keep it negative. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 24. Four. And last one, I see A. It's divided by 16. The opposite of division is multiplication, so I'll multiply 16 on this side. That's the multiplicative inverse. Multiply 16 on this side. 144. Who's got a question? Did I go too quickly? today we're going to up this. We're going to make the equations longer. We're going to do multi-step equations. I got the impression right that you guys, felt pretty confident in this. So, okay, go ahead and get out your homework. I'm going to have you guys come to the board and show your process. Show the opposite operations. Show your work. I was using my calculator and I said, you know what, if you go back and show the work, I'll still give you credit. I hear what you're saying. The problems are kind of basic. Here we have multi-step equations. Please be aware you have to show work to get credit. You don't want to just go back and do the work late. So 2-3, solving multi-step equations. Undo each operation. So same goal, getting the variable alone, isolating the letter. Undo each operation by working blank to isolate the variable. No. We're going to work carefully. No. We're going to work backwards. So, by back, yeah. I have to focus on the test corrections. I'm not doing it now, but I will collect it. I'm going to make myself a note. Collect the assignment sheet tomorrow. So normally when you're simplifying an expression, you do PEMDAS. That's your order of operations. Well, when you're doing opposite operations to cancel values out, you do the backwards PEMDAS. So you generally start by undoing addition and subtraction first. So put a line in. I love to see that in your work. Ready, Libby? We'll show work. I'm going to get my eyes right. Here's the x that I want to be alone. So I need to either get rid of this 11 to get it alone or get rid of the -4 to get it alone. For the most part, you start the furthest away from your variable. So I'm going to cancel subtraction before I cancel out multiplication. Subtraction and addition generally go first when you're canceling out. So I'm going to start by adding 4 to simplify this left side. -4 plus 4, those are opposites, so they're canceled. And I'm left now with exactly what we did Friday. We're now down to a one-step equation. This is 11 times x. The opposite of multiplication is division. So I'll divide. And that cancels the 11s out. And now I know what x is. It's 3. And I'm not using a calculator to guess and check. I'm not staring at it and thinking what number will make it work. I'm just going to use a process. This is how the computers do it. They use a process. They don't sit and fire off numbers till they figure it out. Do the process. It's consistent. Could you figure out how the process? Sure. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in seeing you show work in opposite operations. All right, Benjamin, what's my first move here? Number 2. Love it. Love it. Georgia, what's my next move? Boom. Lauren, what's my next move? That's it. Anything else I'm not giving credit for. Let's see all that. See that whole process. I think there's only 2 more. Yeah, that's it. 4. That's a U, not a 4. Is that me? Okay, these look different. First off, I do see fractions, which is usually a red flag for most people. Abort. I see a fraction. Abort mission. Get out of here. Run.
Is that you? Oh, I thought it was a 4.
Okay, Bella, what would you do first? I see you. I mean this variable, not like I see you. I see the u variable. I want the u to be alone. What do you want to do first to get that u alone? Yeah, get rid of the 6 first. You're absolutely right. It's a plus 6. What's the opposite of adding 6? Minus that 6. Goodbye. Still a u. Careful about that. Alright, Aiden, so what's my last step in getting this u by itself? Now the 5s are gone, and u is isolated, which is how u likes to be. And now we know what u's true value is. It's negative 20. Great job. Alright, Cadence, what would you do first on this one? Add 6. So both sides of the equal sign, that's that property of equality. Last step. Alyssa, what would you do to finish it? That's it. And now we know b's value. B was 12 all along. So, yeah, show your work. Don't make me come right up tomorrow. Okay, so now you need to get out a red pen.